When Sarah closed her eyes for the last time, Abraham felt the desert grow heavier around him. He had lost his partner, his comfort, the love of his youth, and now he feared his son Isaac would remain alone too. That night, by the glow of a dying fire, Abraham watched his son. Isaac stared quietly into the flames, grieving in silence. And Abraham knew he had one last mission before his own life faded. So Abraham called his most trusted servant. With trembling hands and determined eyes, he said, "Find a woman worthy of Isaac's heart, not from here, but from my homeland." But the servant hesitated. What if she refuses to come? Should Isaac go to her land instead? Abraham's voice sharpened, echoing through the tent. "No, Isaac must not go back. God himself will send his angel ahead of you." And then, softer, "If she refuses, you are released." Before sunrise, the servant mounted his camel. The desert stretched before him like a test of faith. And yet, he felt unseen footsteps walking beside him. Days turned to weeks. Storms bit at his skin, nights froze his bones, and doubts whispered in the wind. But still, he prayed, "Lord, guide me." At last, the well, quiet, still, a place where destiny waited. The servant knelt and whispered, "Show me the one you have chosen." He formed a test in his heart. "If she offers me water and also waters my 10 camels, then I will know." A sign of compassion, a sign of strength. Then she came, a young woman with eyes like morning light, graceful, steady, kind. Her name was Rebekah. He asked her for a sip of water. She smiled, warm and sincere, and gave it freely. And then, without being asked, she ran to draw water for every camel. The servant watched in awe, her generosity, her patience, her spirit. Tears filled his eyes. "Lord, you have shown me." He placed golden bracelets upon her arms, a shimmering promise and a question. "Whose daughter are you?" Rebekah ran home to share the news. But when her brother Laban saw the jewelry, his eyes lit with greed. He rushed out to find the stranger. With false warmth and eager smiles, Laban welcomed the servant. "Come, we have room for you and your camels." But the servant could see the shadows behind the smile. Before touching a single bite of food, the servant stood. He unfolded the entire story. Abraham's command, his prayer, the sign, and Rebekah's kindness. Every word shimmered with divine purpose. Laban and Rebekah's father sat stunned. Slowly, their expressions softened. "This is from the Lord," they whispered. They blessed the union. Morning light painted the room gold. Rebekah stood before her family, trembling but brave. "Will you go?" they asked. She swallowed her fears and said, "I will go." Tears streamed down every face as she embraced her family. She was leaving everything she had ever known. But destiny was calling her name. That night, beneath a sky full of stars, doubt crept in. "What if Isaac does not love me?" The servant smiled gently. "Child, God has gone before you." Meanwhile, Isaac walked through tall grass alone with his thoughts. Grief still whispered at his heels, but hope began to stir. Rebekah looked up and saw a man walking toward them through the shimmering heat. her breath caught. "Who is that?" she whispered. "That," said the servant with pride, "is my master." Rebekah reached for her veil. Her hands trembled, not in fear, but in anticipation. Isaac approached the caravan and stopped. Rebekah stepped down from her camel, and their eyes met. Two hearts, once wounded, once searching, found home in a single glance. The servant told Isaac everything, and Isaac smiled for the first time in a long time. He took Rebekah's hand, led her into his mother's tent, and loved her deeply through loss. Came healing through obedience, came destiny, and through a simple act of kindness came a love that changed generations. God bless